Eliralianje ni Noana Siali Kadima, Ulolanga AFarmers Media.
Yes, we are still in the 2022 fruits and vegetables exhibition and conferences by Markup, and I'm yet in one of the exhibition centers. Kindly tell us who you are and the name of your organization.
My name is Emma Mwanza. With React Sat Africa Limited. Yeah.
Who is React Sat Africa Limited?
React Sat Africa Limited is a certification body. So we deal with farmers to audit them against the global gap standard to just ensure that they are meeting the correct standards of production and also produce handling. And under global gap, we also have GRASP, which is a social standard, which means that we audit the farms to ensure that farm owners are treating the farm workers nicely. For lack of a better word, what that means is that they are training them on the right mechanisms, probably to handle chemicals. Farm workers are not exposed to toxic material, they are being paid nicely, and their working conditions are right. Yeah.
So how is React Sat working with UNIDO in this whole exhibition today?
So currently, I'm not sure we are really working with UNIDO in this exhibition, but we are working with FPIC. Is FPIC UNIDO?
Yeah, they're part of UNIDO.
Oh, okay. So we are working with them to ensure we are just pushing the agricultural industry further. We came here to also see what other people are doing and to tell them about what we do. We are open to farmers so that they know that there are people to support them in the whole process.
You also talked about trade care and the logistics. Probably tell us about trade care and the cold chain logistics that you're working on.
TradeCare is a sister company of React Sat Africa, so we are just trying to fill the gaps that exist in the value chain. So among the many things that TradeCare does is cold chain logistics. So if farmers want people to help them in transportation of their perishable produce to the market, to the airport, to the port, that's where we come in. We have very professional drivers. You can track your goods. It's just all good. Yeah.
Any message to smallholder farmers?
Do not give up, and also just look out for the information you need. Right now, it's a dispensation of information. A lot of people are interested in agriculture, and I think you can actually find what you're looking for. And agriculture actually pays. It's a good industry. It's coming up very well, so they should keep at it.
Thank you so much, Emma, for your time.
Thank you so much for coming to our booth.
Okay. See?
FPIC is a business member organization. My name is Patrice Ngenga. I work with the Fresh Produce Exporters Association of Kenya, that is FPIC. FPIC is a business member organization which represents the growers and exporters of fresh fruits and cut flowers. The main market destinations that we export to are the EU and UK, the UAE, Australia, and a bit of it to the USA. And we are looking to venture into the Asian market, especially the Chinese and South Korean markets.
If you talk about some of the products that Kenya exports to these countries, because there's been a biggest challenge of the kind of chemicals that are used on the produce, probably tell us about how the process is like, how if someone wants also to start exporting their produce, what procedure should they follow?
The main market destinations, as I mentioned, we mostly export to the EU and UK, and also to the UAE and Australia, and looking to venture into South Asia and also USA. The process of exporting is not as straightforward as people may think, because there are usually market requirements. We call them sanitary and phytosanitary requirements. We abbreviated as SPS. So from the Kenyan side, what you need is to have a company, which you need to get an export license, which is issued by the HCD, Horticultural Crops Directorate. And you also need to be on the ECS, the electronic certification system, which is run by KEFIS. They'll come into your farm, then inspect, and if you have systems that fit into if you have systems that fit into what the market requires or the needs of the market destination, then you'll be allowed to export. So after all that, then you'll need to be a member of an association which represents the interests like lobbying and advocacy. FPIC does that. We also do market linkage, we do capacity building, and also support you to comply to the various standards. Yes.
So what are some of the fresh produce that are being exported to the outside world?
The most common one is French beans. We also have broccoli, as you could see from behind us. These are runner beans. These are cauliflowers. We do a bit of capsicum. We also have sugar snaps. We also have snow peas, and some other products on that side. And then in terms of fruits, we have avocados, we have mangoes, and passion fruits, and a bit of berries. Yes.
So how do you go about selecting, knowing which products are the best? Because at the end of the day, we are selling Kenya. So what does FPIC do to ensure that the products that go out there are of quality standards?
We do communicate to the exporters what the market needs. Of course, if you need the specific needs, your customer tells you. Because if you look at these products, the packaging is also different. These have been stripped. They've been cut down into smaller pieces. You can see the others are not cut. They've just been cleaned and then packed. And then we have the baby corn, which yes, some people eat the maize cobs. They're usually very sweet, by the way.
How do you eat maize cobs?
You see, like this is a mixed pack. It has French beans, it has the baby corn, and we call it the tender stem broccoli. If you could see some other products that we have over here, they've been packed. They've been packed into particular, and if you look at the labels, it's supposed to be microwaved for 2.5 minutes.
So they're already cooked?
No, they are not pre-cooked. You know, you can eat these raw, but if you need to stir fry them or maybe put on some little bit of heat or some oil, that's what you do. And,
so who does the marketing for all these products? Is it FPIC or the farmers do the searching or market searching?
The exporters do most of the marketing because they know what they deal in. We support in organizing such forums where we talk about what our members do, because we have over 200 members. So we try to market these products on their behalf. We also do capacity building. We link farmers to the exporters. We have tools that we've developed to train the farmers. This is a simplified guide on good agricultural practices. And basically, if a farmer follows these, their products will qualify to go to the export market.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
There has been the latest news about flights, KQ flights, the ongoing strike, and it has really affected. I can't go without asking you how it has affected the export market, especially the flowers, how much losses have been incurred, and what is FPIC in collaboration with other exporters doing to ensure that in such occurrences the market will not be disrupted in any way?
Our main objective is advocacy and lobbying. So what we do when that news, of course, it wasn't good for us, and especially for our members, because we use KQ especially to the UK market. So when that news came in, we moved in swiftly, engaged with the government, told them about the losses that our members are incurring on day to day, and some people actually needed to go maybe to see their clients, so that couldn't happen. So we kept engaging them through the few days that there was that crisis. I don't have the particular exact figures for the losses that we incurred, but we can always check on that. But we are now glad that the pilots and KQ came to an agreement, and now we are guaranteed that our produce will end up to the market in good quality, and that definitely is good news for us.
Lastly, how are you collaborating with UNIDO in ensuring that you're getting more market and getting your products in fresh form to the outside world?
UNIDO, through the markup project, as the name suggests, Market Access Upgrade Program, it was a very welcome project for us. They actually supported us in training a good number of farmers on French beans and mango value chains. They were training them on the market standards, so that improved the compliance aspect of the market access. So that was a good support for us, and we were very happy that they came in. They introduced us to some of the EU delegation, which we were able to table our needs as a country to them when they are buying our products, what we would like them to do for us, and we also guarantee that we'll do what is expected of us. So this is an ongoing conversation, and we hope to collaborate with them even in future, because people are getting into agriculture, and agriculture, I would say, is the future, because people need to eat. So whatever you do, if you get into the market using the right channels, you'll definitely manage to sell your produce. And at the end of the day, that means money in your pocket and income in your household, education will be boosted and things like that.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am Aziz, and you are watching AFarmers Media. Thank you. My name is اسمي أحمد عبد العزيز. أنا بقدم في برنامج اسمه AFarmers Media، وانتوا بتتفرجوا على البرنامج دوت. الموقع اسمه AFarmers Media.
I'm Palma Hakali from Simloseed. I am a sales agronomist based in Nairobi region. Yeah.
My name is Antonina Kandie. I am in charge of Nairobi region, working with the Simloseeds company. In Simloseeds, we deal with horticultural products, and Kenya Seed is our parent company. They're the ones who deal with the cereals in terms of the maize and the pasture grasses. In Simlo, we deal with the legumes, beans, and the vegetables.
Good, thanks. Now the country is facing droughts, failed rains, but we also have farmers who are doing irrigation. What would you advise a farmer to do now in terms of crop? You know, the vegetables require a lot of water. Yes, what would you advise a farmer to do, especially in areas where there's full sun? In Kajiado, like me, I'm a farmer in Kajiado. What would you advise me to do to plant?
Okay, for regions, we normally have crops for all segments. So for the drought areas, we have varieties that take short term, 3 months. And of course, within then, we advise you for any crop for you to be able to harvest, you have to have water. So for such places, we would first tell you when the rains come, Kajiado has a lot of flash floods. What you can do is harvest water. And then of course there's the river. Most people do irrigation. So you have to get in touch with partners who do irrigations. You can have a drip irrigation. There's the overhead irrigations. And most important, also get to know what products take a short time. So in such areas, we know Kajiado mostly we have watermelons, which will take about 65, 70, 80 days. We have tomatoes, capsicums, those do very well. But even that, for maize varieties, we have water efficient maize varieties. We have 532 right now, which you can plant when the short rains come in. We also have DH04 for 90 days. We have DH02 for 75 days.
Interesting. So assuming I have water, I have drip irrigation, and I want to do maize. Okay, no, let me talk about this from a business perspective. I want to go to the market and make money because, I mean, the rains have failed, yes? But me, I have the advantage of having water. What would you advise me to plant? Between, you said there's 532 and?
Water efficient. We have
yes.
DH04.
Okay. And where can a farmer get the seeds?
We have stockists and agents all over across the country.
Mm-hmm.
We have like depots. We have 3 depots within Nairobi region. We have one in Loitoktok, we have in Karatina, we have in Meru, and the main offices are in Kijabe Street. So we can get there. But other than that, from across the country, we have all agro dealers everywhere.
Who have the
in
seeds.
every county, in every town, even the small villages. We make sure that you get certified seed within that is available and accessible to the farmer.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So now I have seen something very interesting. In my where I, as I mentioned, I'm a farmer in Kajiado as well, and I've seen a lot of farmers now buying grass. Is it grass? It's called hay.
Hey, yes.
Yes. Could that be a lucrative business in case somebody has enough land who can be able to grow?
Yeah, for hay farming, hay does well in a dry area. So it's a crop that can take up to 3 months for start harvesting. And per acre, a farmer can expect up to 300 bales. 300 bales of one bale to go for 20 to 50 kg per bale. And for hay grass, we have 2 varieties at Simlosid. We have the Bomarods variety. We have the Katambora variety. This one.
Katambora. Okay.
Katambora, yeah.
Okay. So how much do I need in case I want to do an acre? How much?
For an acre, you require 3 to 4 kg, depending with your land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting. And so that it takes around 90 days?
3 months, yeah, that's 90
around
days.
3
yeah,
months,
yeah.
huh?
The first harvest.
Okay. And so there's this challenge sometimes that when I plant, do I need to plant again, or the seed, or like if I water, the seed comes out?
Yeah, once you plant, you just broadcast. You wait a period of 14 to 21 days, it germinates. Then you can stay up to 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it can stay up to 5 years because it's so prolific. It just produces the seed.
So what do I need to do on the soil? More manure or something
Just
like that?
more manure.
Okay.
Once you cut the first harvest, you weed.
Ah,
Just weed. You're opening the pan.
Ah,
That is it.
okay. And then I've also seen the pasture.
Oats.
Yes, the pasture. Yes.
Which is oat.
It's oat. How is this beneficial for a farmer who wants to put like fattening? Would it work for a farmer who wants to fatten cows?
It's good for roughage and protein.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah,
Especially at the
interesting.
milk stage. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So this would be better for dairy farmers?
Dairy farmer. Yeah.
Dairy farmers.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want you to just 1 minute, not a minute even, I think like 10 seconds, advice to smallholder farmers who are really struggling to make sure that they are continuing to grow crops. I'll start with you first and then...
For small scale farmers, let's just make our hands dirty. Yeah. For farming, it requires more patience. That is it.
Good.
For farmers, small-scale farmers, we would write, when you're going to purchase seed, make sure you get certified seed, not just any other seed. So when you go out, in our packets, whatever it is, we work in collaborations with KEFIS to avoid fake seed. So all seeds, whatever it is, be it pasture, be it vegetables, whatever it is, it has a KEFI sticker, which when you scratch, it will tell you which company it is, what product it is. So for you to be able to harvest or get a good yield in whatever crop you're doing, you have to get certified seeds. So we tell you to buy your seeds from agro dealers or come and visit us at Kijabe Street office.
Thank you.
Yes.
So mambo ya kukamua mambo yetu tuachane nayo.
Muachane nayo kabisa, because
Sawa.
you find that people plant,
Yes.
they buy seedlings that are already propagated. Later
Yes.
on you say, mmea yangu haiku produce the way I was expected or the way you told me. And you know it's very hard to verify
yes.
that. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very
And
much.
Thanks. Haya.
Mbie Njoro ulifika TZ haje? Kwanza unaitwa nani? Na utuambie kazi yenye unafanya Tanzania ni gani?
Hii hapa.
Tuambie jina kwanza, tuanze watazamaji wetu waweze kujua wewe ni nani.
Mimi hapa naitwa bwana, nikutajie jina la huku au la kule sasa? Bwana Wile, pale kwenye kibao simuona bwana Wile Agrovet. Bwana William. Agro. Mimi ni Mtanzania, lakini mimi nikafanya mpango kidogo, nikaenda kuingia Kenya kidogo na ndugu zangu ambao wako Kenya, nikaomba bwana, naomba mnisaidie laini yangu, wakanisaidia. Sasa na mimi nikapata uraia kidogo wa Kenya, lakini kuomba tuseme namna ya kupata laini. Ili niweze kupata mawasiliano na Wakenya. Basi unajua Wakenya ni ndugu zetu. Au
ni hivyo.
Wakenya ni ndugu zetu.
Hata ukisema hivyo, wewe ni Mtanzania kutoka pande gani Tanzania?
Kutoka Rombo, Kilimanjaro.
Lakini wasema Kikenya. Tumeongea na wewe Kikuyu vizuri, waongea Kikuyu. Ina maana umetembea sana, umeona mingi.
Mimi niko mpakani hapa. Sasa kulingana nikiwa mpakani namna hii na naenda kule upande wa pili, upande wa Kenya. Sasa kujua kilugha kidogo, Kikuyu ndo tuko nao wengi hapa karibu, kwa kidogo tunakielewa. Pamoja na hatuelewi sana, lakini tunakielewa kwa kiasi.
Tunaona unauza bidhaa Agrovet, unauza mbegu, wauza dawa. Mbona uliona kuingilia hiyo biashara kwa upande wa ukulima?
Ni kulingana na fani ile na elimu ile ambayo nimepitia. Nimepitia mambo ya tuseme nini najiita agriculture,
agronomist.
Hivyo. Sasa nikaona sasa hii ni nzuri, wacha nipambane na hii. Nione kama Mungu atajalia tupate maisha.
Mara mingi tunasikia wakulima wakilia inputs bei ni ghali, bei za inputs za Kenya kuanzia mbegu hadi fertilizer bei ziko ghali, lakini za Tanzania na Uganda tunaona angalau bei ni kidogo. Wewe unaona bei ni nini inasababisha hiyo difference ya bei ya bidhaa hizi? Mnatoa wapi bidhaa zenu kwanza?
Bidhaa tunachukua tu kule nchi nyingine zinachukua. Kinachosababisha labda hapo pawe na bei tofauti. Inaweza ikawa inategemea tu labda zile kodi ambazo zinazoingizwa nazo nchini. Sasa mtu anaangalia ile bidhaa imetoka labda nje, ikaingia kodi kulingana na nchi na utozaji wa kodi wa nchi. Kwa hii nchi labda imechukulia kwa bei ya chini kabisa kutoka kule mahali nakochukua, lakini wakaja zile kodi zinasababisha wanaweka ile bei walioamua sasa kulingana na ulipaji wa kodi.
Sasa kazi umefanya miaka ngapi, na tuseme customers wako wengi unaona wanatoka sehemu gani? Ni wa Tanzania ama pengine ni wa Kenya wanavuka mpaka wanakuja kununua hizi bidhaa?
Customer tuseme ni wa mpakani hapa. Wa Kenya kidogo, wa Tanzania kidogo, mambo yanakwenda.
Na biashara inakupeleka aje? Sasa tunaona ni wakati wa kiangazi, wakulima wengi wameacha kufanya ukulima. Unaweza sema biashara inaendaje? Na hii wakati wa kiangazi pengine kuna bidhaa ambazo unaweza ambia wakulima wanaweza tumia kufanya mimea yao ama wanyama wakuwe resilient na hizi effects za climate?
Yaani tuseme kwa ujumla masuala ya mimea hiyo ikiwa imesha tunzwa tu vizuri, kaoteshwa vizuri, kakuziwa na hizi mbolea, kama imekuziwa mbolea na ikapigwa dawa zake vizuri, labda kama ni dawa za ukungu, labda wadudu vile, mimea hiyo inaenda tu vizuri, haina shida.
Kwa hivyo kuna products ambayo unaweza ambia wakulima ati hii ukiweka kwa mmea wako, hata kama kukuwe na jua ama kukuwe na mvua, mmea utaenda hadi ikuwe tayari kuvunwa.
Hapo ni lazima mvua ni muhimu. Mvua ni muhimu kwa sababu ule mmea hata kama utaupanda usipopata mvua, hata ungekuwa na dawa, ukawa na dawa ukapiga, hakuna dawa inaweza ikafanya ule mmea ukaenda kwenye kuvunwa bila kupata mvua,
bila maji. Mwisho Kenya imepitisha ile bani yenye ilikuwa kwa GMO. Sijui kama unauza mbegu za GMO, na maoni yako ni yapi kuhusu GMO?
Huko watu mbegu za GMO. Huko tunauza mbegu nyingine, tuseme mbegu za Tanzania. Hivyo kwa wingi, tuseme asilimia kubwa hapa tunauza mbegu za kutoka Tanzania.
Maoni yako kwa GMO ni nini?
Maoni yangu kwa GMO naona labda sijajua GMO ni nini. GMO sijajua ni nini. Sasa maoni yangu kwa GMO kulingana na sijajua GMO ni nini, siwezi nikatoa maoni kuhusu GMO.
Ni nzuri, ni mbaya? Maoni yako.
GMO mimi naona
lazima
kama
kuna kitu unajua kidogo kuhusu GMO.
GMO naona kama si nzuri.
Kwa hivyo isikubaliwe.
Isikubaliwe.
Shukrani.
Very well. My name is Martin Moshusho, Deputy Governor Kajiado. We are here to launch innovative equipments that through a agricultural sector support program 2, we are able to really concentrate on transforming crops, transforming livestock and fisheries with an aim to have sustainable food and nutrition security in our country, and to be able to have food security in the midst of climate change. And we can see long droughts, rainy seasons failing, like for instance in our country, specifically Kajiado, 2 rainy seasons failed. Right now we have food shortage, we have a shortage of water scarcity in the county, and through this program we want to change the narrative. And I want to thank the officials of this program in the Department of Agriculture in our county for what they have been able to do. First, they have capacity built our farmers. That is very, very commendable. We now have informed farmers who know exactly what needs to be done, to combat climate change in agriculture. This equipment, one, they are aimed at adding value to our products. The milk value chain, we now can have, courtesy of this program, mini dairies that largely supports our women. We have seen women practicing milk dairy, and this will be a game changer in Kajiado. For the past few years, the Kajiado County economy has been receiving about 100 million every month. That is really commendable, and through this we're going to improve the production and value adding that milk. We also thinking about tomato value chain. Because of the perishability of these products, farmers are going into huge losses. We want to change that. We want to bring an aspect of processing within Kajiado to avoid such losses for our farmers. On crop production, hay production, the implements that we have just launched today has bring about an innovation to conserve, the scarce resource that is water, by not just cultivating the whole land, but specifically on the grounds that those seeds are going to be planted, and they will ensure that water is preserved for long for germination, and to ensure that we have these products in good time. We want to applaud this on behalf of the leadership of Kajiado. We want to really congratulate the department and farmers for receiving this boost today. Our prayer is these equipments are going to be fully used to, make sure that it meets the purpose to which it was intended for. Thank you very much, Asanteni.
Two questions. One is on, in your speech you talked about the creating markets because most of the farmers in Kajiado are being exploited due to probably you have an oversupply of tomatoes. So how is the Kajiado County collaborating with other counties to create market, because you have an oversupply of tomatoes and marsabit, people don't have the tomatoes. So how are you collaborating with other counties? On another question, today you've launched the things to do with dairy, and Maasai people are known to breeding beef cattle. What is the importance of diversification when it comes to this combating these harsh weather conditions?
I'll request the CC to answer that.
In regard to markets,
just a moment.
Through KSAP, we have started an innovation called CAMIS that collects data of prices of different agricultural items from all markets across the country and connects them in one portal. And we're in the process of being able to get this information and flashing it out for the use of different consumers, so that at a press of a button, a farmer, for example, in Loitoktok can tell the prices of milk in Magadi, or for example, a farmer in Nakuru can tell the prices of tomatoes in Loitoktok, so that then we're able to resolve the issues of glut and availability of markets, so that the so-called brokers or agents, transporters, can know the destinations to get products from. Because lately, this is really the issue in Kenya. The issue in Kenya is not lack of food. It is information of where the food is. So through this innovation, we are looking at a future of being able to resolve that, so that traders can know where to get food items from. In regard to also resolving the tomato issue, we have a crop agriculture bill in the assembly, in the Kajiado County Assembly, since the year 2020. So the effects of COVID slowed down the passing of that particular bill. And so at the moment, we are in the process of sensitizing the new assembly on this particular bill, and attached to it are the tomato crop regulations. The rest of Kenya is doing potato, others are doing beans, but in Kajiado we are doing tomato crop regulations. We are the only ones in the country that are doing tomato crop regulations, because we want to move towards legislating, as His Excellency the Deputy Governor had stated, that even the size of a crate in Kajiado is controversial. And these regulations are going to specify what a crate is. If you say small crate, then it will say a small crate is this number of kilos. If it says a large crate, then it will say a large crate is this number. So that then even in the finance bill in Kajiado, they will be capturing this, so that even when they charge revenue, they know what the measure is. And this is going to go a long way in alleviating the suffering of traders, because the farmers, because then the ways and measures will have been taken care of. Thank you.
Diversification, you're moving from beef to dairy.
Yes.
Just talk briefly about it, the importance of diversification.
The current drought has hit Kajiado in a way it has not been hit in the last 40 years. And so going forward, we are looking at a future where our people will reduce their animals. And you don't reduce, they kept dairy in big numbers because that's what worked for them when the pastures were available. But now with the reduced pasture, then the direction is producing pasture for a smaller number of animals that is going to produce milk instead. So that instead of taking the cow to the market, it is the milk that you are taking to the market. So it is just a new way of dealing with the effects of climate change, and therefore improving on profitability of livestock keepers. Thank you.
Maybe DG, one question. You have talked about all these, and the big question is the issue of water. For example, in Loitoktok, farmers have not received yield for the last 4 seasons because of failed rain. Maybe what plans do you have in regards to water?
As the CC has mentioned, and we have been of late making these statements, that it is never about the rain, it is about water availability. Well, in Kajiado, we get water in 3 ways. One, we have this natural water, from streams, from the mountains. That water, for people to be able to benefit from it, an element of reticulation is required. So we need to align our budgets into, piping this water to ensure that people are able to access this water. Number 2 is making huge dams that can be able to preserve water when it rains. We need to focus on this area largely, yeah. And then the third one is, drilling boreholes. Though drilling boreholes is not really for every area, because there are some areas that, that is not viable at all. Sometimes water can be found, but too salty for human consumption and even for crops. So those are the 3 ways. We don't need to really rely on rainwater. We can use the 3 ways for domestic use and even for, agriculture. Yeah, that is our focus going forward. But let's also ensure that when it rains, we can be able to conserve, have water reservoirs, instead of that water just flowing to waste. We can be able to tap that water. And we really want to appreciate that we now have a law through the Ministry of Environment that that helps us to tap stormwater. We need to make that law implemented in our county, so that anybody who constructs a house must have an element of preserving stormwater. Same case to public utilities. We need to go to that direction so that we can be able to maximize, the little resources God has given us.
Maybe national government talked about constructing 100 dams when the president was in Samburu and Turkana. In any way, maybe in your budget, are you thinking to partner with them, or do you have anything in your budget in place?
Yeah, yes, we look up to the national government, but as a county government, we also have to do our bit. And in the supplementary budget, we have allocated 100 million to ensure that we have water plants to ensure that we can also take care of water. So we have to do our bit, and we'll continue doing our bit, even as the national government also do their bit. Yeah. Good. Thank you very much.
As we quickly progress from agriculture to agribusiness, market is key. Join us every Wednesday as we bring to you Market Watch, a show that covers candid discussions regarding the state of the market. Tune in and let's turn our farms into businesses.